Hello guys, good morning. And what's gonna happen? I'm gonna bring you with me to get some drinking water, because here in the Philippines, or here in our province in the village, the only water we are getting through the pipes currently, all those pipes going up way to the hill where are waterfalls. There are huge pumps, and from that place we are actually getting water here to our place, filling up those barrels. Unfortunately, that water is not drinkable, so the only way for us is to have 1 or 2 those gallon barrels like this. Like right now we only have one single one. Of course, to make the things easier, we have to buy a couple more. It's not really that expensive. The empty one costs around 150-200 pesos, so we can actually purchase more, so we can actually make a storage of drinking water, for example, for 1 or 2 weeks. Like for now, this gallon can last for 2 of us with Gwen for, let's say, 2, maximum 3 days, but the average is more like 2 days. During that time when the work was happening here around the house and the boys workers were together with us, sometimes it was refilling every day because all of us were drinking here. But right now, when it's just me and Wendy here, it lasts more like 2 to 3 days. But how we can get drinking water, I'm gonna show you. We will kick on the gasoline horse and let's head to the city nearby. So here I arrived, like 5 minutes of ride to the city nearby, and all around in the Philippines you will find the water stations like this, which are used for refilling water, drinking water for yourself. And many people coming here with like not only 1 gallon of water just like me. Some people will come on a tricycle, for example, like this. They will put plenty of barrels like this, transfer it to the city. Or actually there is one more option. We were discussing it with Gwen already, that we would kind of apply or make that service. There are trucks delivering water anywhere you live, so we would purchase more gallons like or bottles like this, and the truck would deliver it later to our place, and it would be much easier for us, because on the motorbike it's like, yeah, it's possible, but why not to make the things easier? It would be for sure a little bit more expensive, because like this I will pay 15 pesos for that 1 bottle. So let's say it could be 35-40 pesos if it's being delivered and taken care of by the others. Once your barrel, or once you will load your gallon of water, like what could be the way of delivering it way back home? So something like this. Put it right in front of myself, wrap a t-shirt around it so it's kind of locked, leaning on myself, and just going. Let's see what we can do with 1 hand. Riding, bottle is secured, Jacob is secured, that's important. We are gonna get some fresh water for Wendy. And successfully water was delivered. We are awake, or Gwen is awake. We just ate a lunch, but do you know what?
What?
We have a damage on the motorbike when it fell yesterday. To make you guys understand, watch this.
Oh my god, we were so surprised with Kuba what something fell down, but oh my, our baby just fell down. Could be not even first time. You know what's the disadvantage of the CRF as well? The legs are not really holding that much, and you really need to. Oh my god, it's. I hope nothing is broken. Something broken? Or scratch or what? I think you have to put it properly. Huh? The key?
Happened a little damage, breakage, which actually has no impact on the riding itself and driving, and I actually did not notice it the whole time going to the city for water and then going back to the city. But what I mean, here is the front brake leverage. That's how it's supposed to look like. Here is the clutch leverage. Bend it. I actually, as I said, has no impact on the working stuff. Just it's not looking really nicely. It looks like some vintage kind of bike, but working. So that's good. Not the first time that motorbike was or fell down on the ground, even just by itself like yesterday or with me riding, but luckily nothing serious.
Full.
We are very full.
Baby is coming out. Baby.
Yeah, but from my butt.
Baby from my poop.
As we were mentioning in the couple previous video, that we are actually going to the hospital because we have, or Gwen has some kind of issue and situation. It's connected with her kidney. Gwen, since ever, she had the kidney issues, so we were dealing with that way back in Europe through those almost 3 years. Nothing could help, so we are continuing the procedure here in the Philippines. Gwen undergo like so many scans, laboratory tests, everything. Nothing was helping. Also plenty of medicines, also nothing was helping. So we did not run out of options actually. The another thing what we have to do is having a
CT sonogram.
scan. We will not make it today, but tomorrow afternoon we're going to the clinic, to the private clinic, and let's see how the things turn out.
Like I had my laboratory test, like checking my creatinine level, my sugar level, glucose, my urinalysis, my blood, everything. But everything is normal except for the ultrasound, which is my kidney right now is in the right side is swollen. But doctors doesn't know what's the reason of being, why it's swollen. But 3 years ago, before I went to Europe, I had undergone 3 months maintenance to melt the kidney stones. I had kidney stones 3 years ago, so I had to undergo 3 months of medication, every day taking medicines. But then I had undergone twice as well follow-up ultrasounds, and everything was good. They only told me that currently, it was 3 years ago, currently my kidney is open because the stone just passed out from my kidney. That's why it's open and that's normal. But ever since, I felt something still weird from my kidney, and there are doctors, I tried to bring it out, the issue that I'm still like having issues about peeing all the time, and for me it's not normal, and they kept telling me that no, it's normal because you're a small girl and for sure your bladders are small and you're drinking a lot of water, which is also kind of understandable, but for me it's not very comfortable anymore. But I had it in Europe as well, ultrasounds there and checkups from doctors, and they said it's fine. Now I had issues and pain in my hair, right side. It's painful since I came back home here in the Philippines, and I think that triggers about stress as well. Very, very, very stressed. And so I had a ultrasound 3 weeks ago, and I had 3 times ultrasound, and the doctor said that I have mild. It's very mild. It's only very little, but still, they still need to know what's the cause. It could be there are small stones forming again in my kidney, or just stone pass by from my kidney, or there is a stone blocking my urine. But when I pee, it's not hurt, it's not painful. I don't have any infections, I don't have UTI or stuff like that. Anything about blood works and urinalysis are all normal. It's just my ultrasound is having mild swollen kidney. It's just very mild according to the doctor, and I don't have to very worried about it. But still, she wants to know what's the cause, because it could be worsened in the future if it's not treated, even if it's small right now. She requested a CT sonogram for me, so we need to do the CT sonogram, because she said the CT sonogram is very good to see really everything in my abdomen or in my kidney area. Unless if ultrasound, it's only limited. There are parts of the body where it can't be shown in the ultrasound. And CT sonogram is, everything is shown, everything is clear like that. So she wants to see that, and I want it to know as well why it's swollen when I don't have any infections right now. But she gave me antibiotics because she said there might be hidden infections that was not shown in the blood work. So I'm taking, oh my god, antibiotics again. Like, it's been last March we have been taking antibiotics, and now I'm taking antibiotics again.
Yeah, unfortunately. But if we would go really into the past, like when Gwen was a child, Gwen with her siblings and generally with her family were growing up in a poverty, like literally not the worst kind of poverty you will maybe encounter here in the Philippines. Like, if I should mention that worst cases of poverty are in those slums in the big cities, but it was not Gwen's case. But still, it affected Gwen's health right now, because those times they did not have proper diet. It was mostly like rice, what I was told, just with the soy sauce and plenty of soy sauce, because eating just rice without anything is disgusting. On the other hand, a huge amount of soy sauce, how many salts and minerals had to go through those kidneys. And Gwen is actually not the only one who is having kidney issues.
It's also not because of poverty as well. Like, lifestyle is one of the main causes as well, but also one factor is genetics. Because in my family, from my mom, I got this from my mom, because when she got pregnant to me, my siblings said that my mom had kidney issues and she almost died. So I think I got that from her. And my brother also, last year, he got a surgery from his kidney stones. So genetics and also lifestyle. And it's not only us right now having kidney issues all over the Philippines, because number one, the diet here in the Philippines is not the same as in Western countries, where people are very, very careful about what they eat. But here in the Philippines, because of poverty, everyone is struggling how to have a proper diet, and the easiest and the cheapest way for us to eat here is canned goods. Like, noodles, hot dogs. Like, those hot dogs are bad as well when you're eating it all the time, and that's something we had to eat us growing up, like especially noodles, because that's the cheapest. Especially during 2007-2009, we had to eat noodles every day because the economy was so down during that time, and everyone was struggling with poverty, and especially my family, and we had to eat everyday noodles, and that really affected my kidney so much.
Yeah, so right now, or not right now, for the past 4 years already, we are living together with Gwen. Let's say it's mostly me taking care of our diet. I cook, I prepare, I'm making sure that we are both hydrated, everything, not to make things even worse than they are right now. It doesn't mean that Gwen doesn't know how to cook, but Gwen knows how to cook, but if Gwen is cooking, then we are eating lumpia, adobo, humba, and all those Filipino foods, having huge amounts of fats, carbs, let's say close to zero amount of protein, everything, and that would not be really great.
Yeah, and according to the doctor, I'm not allowed to eat too much protein as well, especially meat, because that can also triggers my kidney stones, especially if it's genetic. So that means I'm prone to kidney stones.
But what we were recommended, like avoid animal products like pork, chicken, beef, but the seafood such as fish, shrimps, shells, crabs, and so on is really not that bad.
But this situation was not worse. Like, I mean, I didn't have any feeling of pain in my right side kidney when I was in Europe. I think it just triggers because of stress when we built our house and also working at night. That really one of the factors, because a few years ago when I was having kidney stones as well, I was so stressed because my manager at work was so bad that he was always shaming us. Even my mom died as well, that he doesn't want me to get absent, and he was shaming me in front of my co-workers that I'm like this, like that, family issues, mother died, and still doesn't want me to get to absent to work. And he was like so bad that I was struggling emotionally so much the time and working at night, and that really affected my health so much. And for me, whenever I'm very stressed, my health is really triggered so much.
Here is an advice for you guys from Gwen. It's absolutely not worth it stressing about the work, because the managers don't care. They are not gonna give you anything extra for your hard work, causing you those injuries, and you will feel better as well.
Yeah.
I did not give a shit in my previous jobs that much how healthy I am.
But that's really the thing, because me personally, I just want to give everything, like my 100% effort to work, and I just want to make sure everyone is happy because of my work, and that really sometimes affected my health, my mental health, emotional health. But I don't know how can I stop myself from doing that. I
And
still,
look at you, you've made so many people happy, you've made hundreds of thousands for those people, and what you've got?
yeah.
Kidney issues.
And lifestyle really affected me as well, because I grew up, honestly, I was not really into water. And Cuba, I hate water so much. I don't really drink. I don't drink Coca-Cola. I'm not a soft drink person. And I don't drink water at the same time. So my kidney was very dehydrated for so many years because I hated to drink water. Sometimes I drink 2 glasses of water every day. And just an honesty that I was so bad to myself, and I only learned how to be careful about drinking water when I met Cuba 5 years ago. And after that, I started drinking a lot every day. Though
You're
it's
feeling
still
better,
not
right?
100% right now, because there are times that it's sometimes hard to really force yourself to drink when your body doesn't feel it. And still I force myself, and it's so better compared years ago. So also stress, because I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I only sleep for 3 hours every day because I was working and studying at the same time. So work, sleep is only 3-4 hours, 5 hours per day. So that really affected me, my health. So that's what I recommend to everyone, those younger people I met, especially my co-workers who are working at night, to Cuba as well, that sleep is the most important thing in our life. Not just drinking water, but sleep is very, very important. That's why I am a sleepy girl, and Cuba is always complaining I'm sleeping all the time. Yes, of course, I want to sleep all the time. Because I'm really sleepy girl. Like, whenever I was in Europe, instead of spending time with Cuba, but no, I will just sleep like that. And I don't have time for him. I'm just sleeping all the time.
I did not mind it.
But everyone there in Europe, like all of his friends and his family, know that I am a sleeping beauty princess. His mom calls me Sleeping Beauty Princess. My princess is sleeping again. Because after she was asleep. Shit.
It was not a shotgun, it was an exhaust from the motorbike.
I sleep all the time, and for me, I don't know. I crave sleeping more than drinking water. Yeah.
But here is that's the thing here in the Philippines. Like so many people likes to drink the soft drinks such as Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, Royal, and I could continue because it's the first thing. It's very cheap for the little bit of for the small bottle. You can get it anywhere with the zero effort. Just walking to the nearest sari-sari store, which is like 30 steps away. Even though it's 30 steps, Filipinos still jump on the motorbike and give it a ride there. But very easy. Siblings of Gwen, for example, some of them I've never seen through that time I'm here, and also before, like drinking just the plain water. Just do soft drinks. And
I never seen them drink water. So.
like we are not saying with Gwen that we also sometimes don't drink the soft drinks.
I have this deja vu, this kind of conversation. Seems like we have talked about this before.
we, like sometimes Gwen will get her soft drinks, I will get the beer, Tanduay, Coca-Cola, everything. Of course, it's can be part of your diet, but balanced.
That's why I'm very skinny, because I don't have enough sugar in my body. I don't really drink sugar. I mean, soft drink that much. I don't drink, only like sometimes when I like it. But yeah, like.
And that's why, like here in the Philippines, plenty of people don't really have access to water, and how much more to drinking water. Which means you have to travel for your water to the nearest water station or anywhere to get your water. The huge benefit, which is in Europe, Australia, USA, that the tap water is drinkable. And when we were living in Europe, we were drinking with Gwen a tap water, or Gwen was making a teas, preparing teas. But even though there is still plenty of people, they are buying bottled water in the stores and carrying it, purified water, and carrying it to their homes to drink it, even though they have perfectly clean, safe, fresh drinking water from their tap.
Yeah, but here in the Philippines, everyone really I can see the health department's news that the chronic kidney disease here in the Philippines is becoming higher. But yeah, because lifestyle, also the diet is not really good here. Everyone is eating those, noodles, those foods that can be cooked fastly, and people doesn't have enough proper nutrients for their body because number one, of poverty. Everything now is very expensive for Filipinos in this country, and everyone is not getting proper pay or salary, and the salary is just enough for surviving every day. People are not even living here, but they are only surviving the life. And that's why everyone is really struggling and having diseases, especially kidney disease. And it's so common here in this country. It's so common. And for me as a person, I am really careful about myself as well. Even if I just have cough, I really go to the hospital because I don't want to get sick. And sometimes there are things we can't avoid, especially if the history was not good, you were not taking care of yourself in years. And I admit that to myself. I grew up and I was not drinking that much water as I grew up, since I was a kid, and eating junk foods all the time. And lollipops and junk foods.
On the other hand, I did really take care of, like, speaking of a diet, what I put inside of my body, everything. But what I really did not care about was my physical health. Like, working on the farm for almost like past 10 years really took its price. Like, I can feel I already have back pain, and I'm Sure, I'm gonna have back pain in the future, which is something you don't really want in your life, but the
Yeah.
pain will stay with me. I'm not sure if forever.
You need a massage from a Thai woman.
But we are in the Philippines.
You have to find Thai women in the Philippines because they're very good at massage. Really, very very good at massage.
That's the thing, I don't like massages because I've tried once or twice and it's painful. And even though the masseuse woman, that time it was a Filipina girl in the city we were living in, Czech Republic, Gwen's friend, she was giving me a massage and she was asking what kind of level of intensity I want. So I was like, level 0 or
It's
just
not even you have
1.
experienced that this time. You have to feel that there's something electrifying your muscles.
It was that painful, like I did not even finish that procedure at all. If there is a massage, if it's supposed to be relaxing, I did not experience that yet.
Yeah. But you know, overall lifestyle or overall health, well-being, physically, mentally, because if your mental health is not healthy, it affects your entire body. And I admit that so many years ago that really affected my body right now, because when my mom got sick, she had a brain cancer. I was so stressed that I was so skinny like bones that everyone in the village thought I got sick or I was very sick because I was so bones. Like if I'm skinny now, when my mom was sick, I was skinnier than right now. Like everything in my body was so bones, like because I was very stressed emotionally because of my mom was sick. And I had to take care of her and work at night and take care of her in the morning. And I cannot sleep properly. So if your well-being in your head, mental health is very important because it affects everything in your entire body. It should always be number one priority, your mental health. Then physical health. Of course, I don't say that you should not prioritize your physical health, but always if you're happy, then everything is
Okay.
going to the flow. Yeah,
That's
because if you're sad, can you eat? If I'm sad, I can't eat. I can't swallow
I
food.
eat when I'm sad and I drink. That's how I deal with my mental health.
And everyone here in the Philippines, honestly guys, though it's a tropical country, it's a hot country, but everyone is struggling with mental health in this country. A lot of people have depression in the Philippines. You say that people who are living in country that has winter has more depression. I don't really believe that. Here in the Philippines, it's a tropical country. Yes, winter really affects your mental health because I experienced that there, especially during autumn. It starts really becoming crazy, your mental health, especially winter, because you can't get like vitamin D. But here in the Philippines, though, people or everyone gets vitamin D, but still a lot of people are having depression.
But you will not recognize it because
Yeah.
as the one
Everyone
thing is
is,
said,
like, smiling.
everyone is smiling, yeah.
But deep inside, their hearts, or they're already dead inside. Why? There are people struggling with mental health, poverty. And culture here is just crazy. It really affects about this, helping the family. It really affects the mental health as well. Especially, we got a bill right now from our senator promotes that people are really affecting mental health, especially about this. Parents are making their kids as an investment in the future, and kids have to be a breadwinner of the family. Kids have to support the entire family. Like everyone is having that kind of pressure. Each one of us here in the Philippines, especially if they tag us as you are the savior of the family, even if you did not choose it, but they will just choose you as the savior of the family, and you will be pressured since you were a kid up until you grow up, even if you're already married. And that really affected the people's mental health. And everyone right now, or everyone even ever since, because of that culture, is struggling because of that culture. And especially, I just saw a news yesterday, guys, that our senator is promoting this bill. It's not approved yet, but this bill promotes that children should support their parents, and they are not allowed to abandon them. They are not allowed not to support them. That means they have to support them when their parents are old, incapacitated or not capable to work or not capable to, make earn or something for themselves. But still, even if they are going to tag is it as those parents who are only applicable to that kind of law, but parents are going like all the Filipino parents, not I'm not generalizing, but most of the Filipino parents are going to weaponize it to their children, even if they are not qualified in that law, that they should be taking care of their children. But mostly Filipino parents are going to weaponize it against their children, that they should support, they should, especially right now, and they're going to have that law. Children are gonna be pressured that much. Because the mindset of the Filipino parents or Filipino generally is if they got something they know, they are going to weaponize it against you.
Like there is I will just compare it how it's, for example, in my country. There is a way that some certain people, they will make plenty of children. They are not able to provide financially enough for all those children. Then they will fill up the form, bringing to the government office, and they are getting donations from the government on those children. Then some of the people are not really abusing it, but really putting all those money to their children's care. And some people are certainly making children as a money maker. They will fill up those forms, get the money from the government. Those kids will never see even €1 from those money. Those kids struggle for the rest of their life, but the parents are okay. And there was actually one thing, like what I was for so many years, I was believing to this statement that the most selfish thing you can do in the life, you know what's that?
Giving birth even if you're not financially stable. That for me, that will be the biggest, selfish thing you'll ever do in your life as a person. Bringing this child to the world even if you can't afford children.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's still like a suicide when you have your family, you have your friends, everything, but you decide to take your life, knowing or not realizing it that there will be still all that family friends left.
You don't understand.
You don't understand? Like you will take your life. You will commit suicide. But then there is all your family friends struggling, asking themselves what happened, what they did wrong, crying over you, being sad forever. You will cause your family mental health issues because of that.
But there are times we can't blame those people who are doing that as well. Could be, even if maybe it could be a selfish thing to do, but we can't blame them for doing that. Though they did it in a selfish way, but for me, I can't blame those people who did it.
But is it the only option you can do?
No, that's not the only option you can do. But sometimes there are those people who are just done with life because they tried to ask for help, but people were ignoring them, even their own family were ignoring them, and their family only give them an importance once they are gone in the world. So sometimes those people who are doing that, we can't blame them. Sometimes all we can do is just to understand it.
So, in the end, take care of yourself, guys. Drink enough water, get some vegetable, and you will be fine. Enjoy your life. If it's possible, do not just survive, but try to live a little.
Yeah. But here in the Philippines, sometimes it's hard to live. We have to survive all the time. Honestly, guys, that's how Filipino people are. Like, I admire the resiliency of the Filipino people, because if we are not resilient, everyone already gave up in this life.
I still
in the
believe
Philippines.
your life will be according to how you will make it.
That's true. But still, if you don't have that kind of resilience or strong will or strong personality, and you are from the Philippines and struggling with the poverty and the pressure of everyday living and the pressures of the family and everyone around you, you can't. if you don't have that kind of strength, you know. That's why I really admire the resiliency of the Filipino people. Like, we are one of the most resilient people in the world, because emotionally we have undergone a lot of things in life since we were born, but still we are right now alive and still kicking. Yeah, because living in this country is not even living. I could really see how those Czech people, even if they're not rich, but still they can travel other countries in Europe. But here in the Philippines, we can't even travel other island because we can't afford it. There are still people who are from the Philippines or from this country, from this village, who hasn't even stepped in the beach because they can afford going to the beach. And imagine you're from a beach country and they can't even go to the beach because they can afford going there. Imagine that. But those people from Czech Republic, even if they're not rich, but still they can travel outside Czech Republic and they can still enjoy summer vacation. But we don't even have that kind of vacation in this country. And as a person who lives or grew up from a poor family, you know, Jollibee is very famous in the Philippines. But you know how old I was able to taste Jollibee? I was 22 years old. I first tasted Jollibee and McDonald's when I was started like working in BPO. Imagine that, how many years I waited just to taste the Jollibee.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, of course. It was so delicious. That's how it is here, guys. Like, everyone is really struggling with poverty, and even if we try to say like diet and make a living, but sometimes there are factors that you can't do that, and we can't blame those people who can't do that because they have limitations and they can't really do that. We can't force them. That's how it is here. And poor people, you know, if only our government are going to have the kind of mindset to make this country better, they could have done it. If they only love us as a Filipino itself. But according to our national hero, the one who is going to, I don't know who was that. Let me Google it. He was, I think, the first president in the Philippines, General Luna. He was killed by Filipinos itself. And what he said before, ang kaaway, like, I remember what he said, but I just can't remember specifically like the whole sentence. But he said here, ang kaaway ay hindi ang mga Amerikano lamang, kundi tayo ring mga Pilipino na kulang sa pagmamahal sa bayan. That means the enemy is not only the Americans, but we Filipinos ourselves who lack love for our country. That means, you know, according to Andres Bonifacio as well, that the only enemy is its own.
Yeah. What Gwen wants to say, the biggest enemy you will encounter in your life can be even yourself or the people who are closest to you. And with this bomb, not really that happy, enjoyable fact of this video, we are gonna end it, but at least, guys, appreciate that you are getting the realistic touch, the reality check. So
Yes.
that's important. No sugarcoating anything, living and not surviving. Thank you for watching and see you in the
Next video.